let's make something. As per usual, I don't know what I want to make. I guess we'll figure that out as we go. Ooh, that's creepy. I like that. Let's do something like creepy, dark, and ominous. Maybe some boom bap, like some like Griselda type boom bap, like. This is just a cool texture. I think I might just repeat this the entire time. I need to remember what this is called, because this is a cool sound. Pad Northern Wind FG, under pads in Sakura. The flute? The flute would sound cool in this. Oh, that's so high pitch. What was that? I could go with something that's like pretty predictable like this, just going down the scale, but I've done that like 1,000 times before. So I'm gonna change it up a little bit. So these may work, they may not work. Sometimes having notes like on top of each other like this is cool and it gives you tension. But in this case, I don't know if I like that. Maybe we get rid of that note. And then I think what I want to do is shorten this up and then add a bunch of effects to it like delay so that it will kind of ring out for a little bit longer. Oh. Dude, Fruity Chorus, just the default setting, just makes things sound cool sometimes, I swear. It's such a slept-on plugin. I think I'm gonna add like staccato strings or something that's like a little bit more in your face, because so far everything has been like kind of pushed to the back and very reverby, atmospheric, which is fine, but I do want some contrast. Like I want something that's in your face and not pushed in the back. So find something. Let's see if we can't make them. Oh, I forgot I had some notes up here. Yeah, that's actually what I was gonna say next. Was I kind of want a little bit more brightness out of this, so I'm gonna copy some of these notes and pitch it up an octave, and then just lower the velocity so it's not quite as like noticeable. Okay, let's process this. This for one, it's got a lot of low end, like subby low end, which I don't really want. I think this like bassy low end is okay, but I don't want too much like sub stuff below 50 hertz, really. And then because the staccato strings are really low in frequency, I'm going to separate it. And then I'm going to add just a tiny amount of reverb to them, but I'm not going to go too crazy with it. Just want to give it a little bit of extra depth. But I don't want to push it super far back, because then I'm undoing like what I said I wanted earlier, which is I want something that's a little bit more forward than these other things. I just needed a little bit more like I don't know what to call it, like atmosphere added onto it. I think I'm gonna keep with, like, it's kind of cinematic at this point, orchestral almost. So I think I'm gonna add a, what's it called, a violin or a viola, maybe a cello, I'm not sure. Ooh, I like that. I want this note to carry out though. Okay, and for a similar reason to the staccato strings, I added some delay and chorus to it, but I kept it pretty light because, again, I don't want to push it too far back because then it's going to be in the same space as these first two instruments that I made. And these two are already kind of taking up that in the back, you know, reverby, washed out kind of space. So I want my other instruments to kind of take up more of the in-your-face, up-front space a little bit, so that I have some contrast. Okay. So let me make sure I have an EQ on basically everything and effects that I like. And now what I'm going to do is go through and like humanize everything. So I'm going to randomize the timings a little bit, randomize the velocities. I'm also going to pan some of the notes left and right, especially the ones in the downbeats that are lower in frequency. So let's begin. So yeah, I think we can make that one sound human. The reason why I wanted to isolate that and just listen to it is because if you have an instrument that doesn't really sound like a person played it, you don't always want to humanize it. Sometimes it sounds better when it doesn't sound like you've randomized a bunch of stuff. But I think in this case, most of these are going to sound better if we do randomize them. So Alt-R, Control-A, Alt-R, Alt-S will strum the notes. And then Alt-Q will quantize them to whatever grid you have. So I selected dotted eighth note, but you can select any of these really. And then to get like some form of randomization, you put this knob kind of over towards the start time, really just anywhere between all the way off and all the way on. And you'll get some level of randomization. So hit accept. And that's really all we need to do. I mean, we can also do this and kind of randomly move some of them just a little bit more, just to add to the randomness left to right. I could also do like this note as well. So actually, you know what? Maybe I will do that note. Okay, let's do the same thing for the flute. So Control-A, Alt-R, Alt. I would do Alt-S, but I don't have any notes on top of each other, so that wouldn't do anything. And then quantize, and then just kind of randomly move some of them. This time I'll move them forward, just to be different. Let me see what else I have that I haven't panned yet. I'm going to pan these, and then I won't pan this. So maybe I just don't pan these, this one and then this one, but I do pan that one. So I have two of the instruments kind of being panned left to right at the very least. So this one I can leave alone a little bit more. Move those back, and then I'll move some of them forwards, just kind of at random. Okay, so let's do the same thing for the, I believe it's a violin, right? So Control-A, Alt-R. Okay, now I'm going to put them all back on the mixer channel. Okay, and for the purposes of this video, I think that's going to be about it, for the melody anyway. I might come back and add drums to this. I don't know if that'll be another video or not, but as far as this video is concerned, that's going to be about it. So hopefully you learned something. If you have any questions about any part of this process, feel free to throw it down in the comments. Also, if you have, you know, requests for types of music to make, or, you know, types of beats to make, or that sort of thing, feel free to throw that in the comments as well. So let's listen back.